Hi guys, my name is Melanie Brown and this is Museums with Mel. For our very special 10th episode, we're at SCAD FASH in Atlanta, Georgia, where we just viewed Campbell Addy's American debut solo exhibition. Campbell Addy is a British Ghanaian photographer who has a pretty impressive career at such a young age as one of the industry's leading fashion photographers. Addy has an aesthetic that acknowledges the many representations of the Black experience, all while leaving his viewers feeling seen. As a portrait girly myself, I love taking portraits within my practice. This show was perfect for me. I mean, it was like the things that I love together: fashion, people, portraits, faces, different kinds of faces, a variety of people, and not just that one standard of beauty that we're used to seeing. So I love Campbell's work for that, and I love that as an artist, that is something that he strives and makes sure that he features in his work, that we're not a monolith. We look many beautiful, different, unique ways. I was able to visit the artist talk when Addy came to Atlanta, and I learned a little bit more about his process.
What I found inspiring is just how unapologetic he is about his craft and his aesthetic.
Addy is confident in his work and knows his worth to the point where he can speak up during these big brand meetings and share ideas and share his thoughts. But I love how Addy is able to bring his aesthetic to this imagery and make it, in the simplest terms, more interesting. Because sometimes these brands have mood boards that are boring. Although Campbell does have a lot of celebrity work in his discography, which is great, I think that they all show their personality. So Naomi Campbell, he has images of Tyler the Creator, Usher, so many big names that we know, but I think that his aesthetic gives them a new life and just kind of lets them be who they are and show their uniqueness, and that speaks back to how we're not a monolith and Black people or the Black experience shows up in many type of ways. And so I love that his work features that. Although many of these projects featured in the show are for campaigns or for brands, I love how Addy is able to always put his spin on it. He plays with perspective and different ways to represent a concept, and his imagination is utilized on these sets in the most gorgeous ways. One thing that's present in Addy's work that I appreciate is the fact that fashion is storytelling. It's not all just about beautiful clothes and beautiful people. You are able to tell stories within your work and them still be fashion forward. And that's my favorite thing about viewing his images. For instance, in his first solo show entitled I Love Campbell, he depicted images of different Bible stories, so like Adam and Eve or the three wise men, etc. But the way that he did it was just something I've never seen before. And that's what I mean by him using stories or telling stories in a fashion forward way. Companies or brands may want to put you in a box and say, oh, well, you're this type of photographer. You're this. If you're documentary, you're only documenting one thing. If you're a photojournalist, of course, you're telling stories. But I love that his work is truth and proof that you don't have to be put in a box. I can tell stories that I learned in the Bible as a kid, but I can tell them in a fashion forward way and put my interpretation on them. And then you never know who could connect to those images in the same way that you connected to those stories. Another aspect that makes his work so dynamic, in my opinion, is the lighting. The way that he's using light in his photographs, coupled with the fact that he primarily shoots on film, emphasizes features of Black people that some don't find beautiful, you know, whether they're big lips or a wide nose, big eyes, or things like that. He's kind of emphasizing those things in his images and just giving a new beauty to them. So the fact that he emphasizes that in his work and it's so beautiful and it's so many different types of Black people represented, I think someone younger or someone that may have insecurities about their features viewing his work will definitely feel loved and definitely feel represented, which I think is what his work is all about. So one of my favorite parts about the exhibition wasn't even the imagery. I mean, I love the imagery, of course, but I love that they had a table or a cabinet full of all of his inspirations, some of his mood boards, some of his contact sheets from photo shoots. And I just love the fact that even as a famous photographer who's booking shoots like Vogue and ID and Days, that he still always has artists and references that he's pulling from and going back to and learning and researching, because I'm a big proponent of we're always students. No matter how old or how experienced you are, there's always something that you can learn. So I love the fact that they included that in the show, because it kind of gives us a little bit insight into his brain and how his creative brain works. Guys, it has been so fun shooting this episode 10 of Museums with Mel. We made it to 10 episodes. Can y'all believe it? I have some things coming up for you guys soon, so please stay tuned. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and see y'all on the next episode of Museums with Mel. Bye.